Hello everybody, and it's time to do a barrel roll, and if you're familiar with this starting, then you already know what we're playing, so I'm going to let it play through, and then we'll talk about it. So here we go. And as you can see, we are playing Banjo Kazooie. This is probably one of my favorite games of all time. I love this game. I love the sequel of this game. I don't like Nuts and Bolts because it's a trash game, but this game and its sequel is just so good. So good. So we are playing on the Xbox, of course, as you can see. The reason being, I was originally going to do it on the 64, but in the 64 you can't do the stop and swoop stuff, so we are going to do it on the Xbox so that when I do Banjo Tooie, we'll be able to do the stop and swoop stuff. So you'll see the first file will be the file that I've completed already. That's from years ago. The second file is already taken as well. That's because I was testing it out. We're going to be using the third file, but we're going to go over why I like each of them. And yeah, that'll be... This episode will probably be like the start and the first level. That's what I'm going for here. So that's what we'll probably do today. So here we go. So as we can see, we've got the bed one, which is completely done. Now, this one's really cool because sometimes you get like a special one where like the bed like launches Banjo. It's pretty funny. This is the second file, which was my test file. I can't remember what the funny thing that happens in this one, or for the matter of fact, the next one. And this is the file we'll be using. And this is the file I used all the time as a kid because I just love Banjo playing a Game Boy. It's just so weird for that time that it just works really well. So here we go. So we'll get in. There will be a bit of a cutscene, and we will be doing Bottles's tutorial. But past that, it's pretty much going to be a normal playthrough. A normal 100% playthrough, I should say. So here we go. So that is our very first cutscene. There is not a heck of a lot of cutscenes in this game, but that is one of them. So as you can see, our jump is kind of bad at the moment. Now, that's because we haven't learned how to jump. That might sound a little bit stupid, but yeah, you'll see what I mean in a minute. So first off, we're going to speak to Bottles here, who will introduce himself, I'm fairly sure. Listen up, I'm Bottles, the short-sighted mole. I'm Banjo, and here is my buddy Kazooie. Sure is a strange-looking buddy, Banjo. Can it talk? Better than you can, Goggle Boy. What was all that noise about where's my sister Tootie? The ugly witch Gruntilda swooped down out of the sky and grabbed her. Calm down, Geeky. We'll get her back. Where did she go? She flew up to her mountain lair. It's really dangerous, so you'll probably need some training before you go up there. Press A if you want me to teach you some basics moves, or press B if you think you're already good enough. Okay, so I'm not going to read out. I decided that now. So it will be quiet during the talking, but there's not a hell of a lot of talking, so that won't be a problem. Well, there's not a hell of a lot of important talking. So we will accept the training, which I wouldn't normally do, but you know. It is a let's play, so I want to show a little bit of everything off. Normally I would skip the training, I don't need it. I know pretty much all the basic, well, not pretty much all the basic moves. I know all the basic moves. So, here we go. So we are going to, so we can't attack or anything right now, we can't jump. We can't do anything, it's kind of bad. So here we go, we'll get the first molehill here. So there you go. We didn't even have camera controls. So there you go. Yeah. So this is how camera controls just work. But yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna use the right thumbstick to. Wait, doesn't that make me duck there? Oh no, bumper. Yeah. So yeah, we can press bumper and right and left bumper, and the camera will basically lock behind us. So if I do that, and there we go, and it should track us, I think. Yeah, there we go. So there you go. So that's basic camera controls. So now we're gonna come over here and learn how to jump. I'm pretty sure this one is. I don't remember all of what they all do, but I'm pretty sure this one's jump. I haven't done this in ages, so there you go. You can jump to use some help. What the nose mole about jumping. So yeah, Kazooie and Bottles will have a lot of back and forth. So yeah, so now we can jump higher, so there we go. Now we learn the essentially what I would call the equivalent of almost a glide. I don't even know if it's technically a glide, but it definitely lets us go further. There we go. Not until you... So yeah, this episode will have a lot of this, but moving on to, like, in the next couple of episodes, we'll only learn a couple more power-ups. So I think we get, I think it's like a total of like, there's 3 in the first stage, and then there's 2. I think there's a total of like 7. So yeah, there's 3 in the first stage, and then there's 2 in another stage, and then there's 1 per 2 other stages. So I think that's a total of 7. I think that's literally all you get. So yeah, there's not a heck of a lot of thingos. So there we go. We did get our first honeycomb piece, and if we collect 6 of those, we get another bar. So super good to like get those many of those as we can. Now we're gonna be taught how to swim. Sorry I'm not talking too much during the talking. I'm used to doing this for not talking during the other ones, but this one I can talk over because it's just teaching me how to do it. If the dialogue was a little bit faster, I don't want to speed through the dialogue, but if the dialogue was a little bit faster, I would read it out, but because it's so jarring and thingo, it's kind of difficult to do. So there we go. So we are underwater, and then we can kick with Banjo, as he's about to say. which gives us a little bit more control. And if we press X, we can swim faster. And that gives us a little bit more speed. So yeah. I've always found that jumping out of the water and using that one is a lot faster than the other one, which is swimming in the water. Like, it's just faster to glide. I don't know. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it is. Who knows? So we are going to come over here. So we wouldn't be able to do this without jumping. But because we have the jumping, we're able to. Oop, and I did muck that one up, so I'm not going to worry about grabbing that. So that's... We can get another one of those from Banjo's house. That's not a big deal. And we'll find a lot more around the area too. So actually, I don't know if there's a lot in this game. I remember that there's a few, but I don't think there's that many. So, there we go. Pretty sure this one teaches how to climb. Yeah, so this is climbing for sure. So there you go. So he said he asked. Sorry, Kazooie. She asked about flying, and Bottles' response was not yet. So. But we have been taught how to climb, so if we climb up this particular one here, right, we get the thing for it. But if we come over here, which is the one we're supposed to climb to get like the honeycomb piece, we grab that, and there you go. So we've got 2 more honeycomb pieces to go. So there, it looks like there's some rocks over there. So we'll head over to those rocks. And I'm not going for like a speed run or anything. If I was going for a speed run, I would have probably skipped the dialogue too, but. Again, this is just a 100% playthrough, but we're just doing this. We'll do the Spire Mount stuff, and then we'll get onto the actual levels. And once we get to the levels, you'll see that I know how to play this game. So here we go. So this teaches us the I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called the Beak Barrage. I think. But if we do this one, we can break. There you go, Beaky Barge. There you go. And with that, we can break these rocks. Now, yes, these rocks do have eyeballs. That's going to be a reoccurring thing. Nearly everything in this game is either sentient or has eyeballs, or both. So, we did just murder some rocks there. But you know, rocks don't have feelings. Even sentient ones with eyeballs. They're just rocks. So yeah, we're going to head up here. So this is the last of our training with Bottles. I'm pretty certain. I'm going to say sure, but I'm pretty certain. I saved this one for last because I didn't feel like dealing with all the enemies that appear when you do this one, so... This one unlocks a bunch of enemies in the area, so... Like I said, I didn't feel like dealing with those. They're not hard to deal with, I just didn't feel like dealing with them. So, he's gonna teach us, like, actual fighting ones, but we can also just use the Beak Barrage to kill it that way too. So for this one, we want to stand perfectly. We're learning how to punch, so we want to stand perfectly still, and we just want to press X. So there we go. And I think we want to kill it, don't we? Oop, I am getting a bit too close. Oop. Oh my god. There we go. Yep. So that's regular punches. We won't use that very often. That'll probably be my least used move. I guess I'm gonna have to do it again. Oh. There we go, so that's 2. So now we're doing the forward roll. So we'll see this one a lot. This one's actually speeds up traveling a little bit before we get another move. So this will be seen probably in the first level a lot, but then past the first level we probably won't see it a heck of a lot. So it is also stronger than the punch. The punch normally 2 or 3 punches will kill something. The roll normally kills in 1, with a few exceptions. So, yep. Oh, I'm spitting it through by accident. So here we go. So this is our last one. So this is the one that we'll probably see the most, which is the Rat-a-tat Rap, which is also probably my favorite name of a move ever. So that's also cool. So as you can see, we jump and we get Kazooie to peck. And then we'll get a second one like normal. Just gotta wait for him to spawn it. There we go. And that will give us the last honeycomb piece, which we didn't grab. So, and then we're gonna meet him at the top of Spiral Mountain. So if we went to the top of Spiral Mountain, I probably should have shown this off, but if we went to the top of Spiral Mountain, because we did accept to do the tutorial, he actually doesn't, like, the bridge actually isn't fixed. The bridge has got I think it's got like a gap in it, and you can't clear the gap like at all. Even if you get the gliding first, you can't clear the gap at all. So it's kind of like a little thing. I didn't mean to do that. That was an accident. Alright, there we go. So it's kind of like a little, you can't progress because you accept the tutorial kind of block, but at the same time, if you skip the tutorial, then it's already all fixed and you don't have to worry about any of that. That's also cool. So here we go. So there is another one of those behind the waterfall, but because I buggered up the jump, I don't want to go back and do it. So yeah, like I said, everything is either sentient or has eyes, or both. So we will see a lot of talking objects. We'll see a lot of objects with eyes that shouldn't have eyes. What else? I can't really think of what else there is. But I will, you know what, actually, because I'm already over here anyway, I will grab this one up. Normally I wouldn't bother. There's not really much point to it, because I'm not going to die a heck of a lot until the later stages. But, you know, it's always good to have an extra life just in case. So, we do have 5 lives now, which is really good. So we also got that extra honeycomb as you guys saw before, so that's also going to give us an extra hit, which is really good. Again, probably won't need it in the first couple stages, but we will definitely need all the help we can get in later stages. There is just some really nasty enemies in later stages, or not necessarily nasty enemies, but just nasty situations. Like there's a level where you can literally die from fall damage. So technically you can do that with any level, but it's harder to do it in other levels than it is to do it in the one. So you're ready to tackle the witch now. Yeah, so it's so hard to read because it's so broken up in such a weird way. There you go, and you fix the bridge so we can cross it now. So here we go. So we are going inside, and this is where basically the game starts. I know that technically Spiral Mountain is also part of the game, but this will be our first proper stage where we're collecting stuff. And there's a bit of a cutscene here. Tricks and traps. We'll see who wins. There we go. So we can come over here, and we can see the jigsaw piece and the Mumbo Mountain and all that, the entrance to Mumbo Mountain. But I don't feel like going through all the dialogue, so we're going to skip the part where I don't have a Jiggy. So we're going to jump up here, and as you can see, there is a Jiggy here. So like once again, a sentient creature with eyes, with a piece missing. So we will be seeing that a lot. Of course, we won't. I don't think every single Jiggy does it, because there are some Jiggies that are like in water and stuff, so you won't get it from those. But yeah, essentially we'll be seeing that we'll be seeing that quite a bit. So we will grab this here. So this is obviously it's a jigsaw puzzle, but as you can see, only one piece is missing, and it's super easy to do one part missing. But unfortunately, the only Jiggy we can get is that one at the start, which, if Grunty had just cleaned up a little bit, she would have stopped us before our journey even began. But clearly, whoever she's paying to clean her weird castle face thing is bad at their job, and just left a Jiggy lying around. So we were able to complete that puzzle because of that. And there's the level opening, and it's Mumbo's Mountain. So that is the first of many levels to come, and by many I mean 9. This game should be pretty short, and I'm pretty good at it, so it should be shorter again. So we will get through it pretty quickly. So first off, we got a Jinjo up here. So we want to grab that. Oop, that was a bad backflip. That's my bad. So there you go. So there's 5 of these per stage, and Gruntilda has imprisoned them. I don't really quite understand why she's imprisoned them, but that's okay. We have a Mumbo skull here. Now come into play a little bit later. There you go, so used for Mumbo magic. So there we go. We do want to come over here, grab him, and then come back around. Now I will be backtracking a bit because I'm trying a new path out, just because the other path that I did last time was a little bit slow for my liking. So I'm just gonna try a different path today. And there we go. So we got up here. So like I said, we'll see the roll a lot, but that won't last for very long because there's something in this level that we want to get for sure. Otherwise, well, actually, no, for sure. We literally can't progress without it, so we will come through here. There we go. So we've got another bottles mountain over here. Mole mountain over here. So this is basically a ground pound, or the equivalent of ground pound, and it will let us hit switches and break things on the floor, kind of thing. So you'll be using it a lot, which is true. You do use it a heck of a lot. So we are going to head into the the termite hill over here. Now the reason I didn't do anything in that section is because we don't have everything we need to basically finish the level. So I'm going to do the other pieces of the jigsaw before I do the ones around Mumbo's hut, because we'll basically end at Mumbo's. It'll basically be the end when we hit Mumbo's hut. So we do have a free Jiggy just sitting there, and we do have a molehill here. And this will be what we use instead of rolling everywhere, which is much easier than rolling everywhere, because I don't have to jump with this one. I can just put it on and off I go. So, super good move. Gonna see it a lot. I think like 80 to 90% of the game will be Talon Trot, with the exception of like wearing the boots and the shoes, for those of you who've seen this game before, and a few other things. So there you go. There's 10 of us, 10 per world. I'm pretty sure the notes also introduce themselves. I'm not certain on that one, but the notes were like, there's 100 of us in a world, so I kind of missed their dialogue. And then when you're ready to leave this world, we can return to the starting area and stand on the exit pad. So there is times where I'm probably going to kill myself because it's a little bit fast to get back to the exit pad. I wouldn't do that in the 64 version, which is kind of why I wanted to play the 64 version, but it's okay. So, whoop, that was a bad camera angle there, so we'll grab these. There you go. They're the eggs, because we can learn how to use this as ammo. So that'll come into play in a little bit. Oops, don't want to note. Oh my gosh, I haven't watched getting that note. There we go. And there's a ginger there, so we are going down here now. So we'll grab all these. There we go. So yeah, there's 100 notes per stage. They're not this easy to get normally, but this is the first stage, so you can't hold them at too much fault, because, you know, first stage and all that. So we are getting to what would technically be our first boss if he was even difficult, but, you know, it's the first level, so he's not going to be difficult. I'm pretty sure I got all the notes there. I hope I did. So here we go. So we are fighting Congo here. And we have to hit these switches with these oranges, like so. There we go. So we do get a Jiggy from there. But we do want to grab something from his tree, so there we go. Got another Jiggy. Yum, oranges are nice. So there we go, we got told by the oranges that he is nice. I forgot to jump there. It would have been a little bit faster if I had jumped, but that's okay. And this is Chimpy. It reminds me a lot of Diddy without a hat, honestly. So, like Diddy Kong. So, it's pretty cool. And here goes Chimpy. And of course we have another jigsaw piece there. So yeah, unfortunately we can't speed through those. We'll just have to watch every single one of those. Well, not every single one. There are some, like I said, there are some where we won't have to watch them, which is nice, I guess. So there we go. That's our first grunty switch. So that will basically put a Jiggy in the outside world. So outside of a level. So for this instance, it put one on top of the Mumbo Mountains mountain. So that's kind of what it is. Now, this is either going to go really, really good or really, really bad. So just bear with me here. Oh, I didn't learn how to do the eggs. Well, first of all, that was silly of me. I should have learned how to do the eggs before I started shooting them. So yeah, like I said, it's either going to go really good or really bad. This time it went pretty bad. There you go. So this is the this is our eggs. So we can shoot eggs essentially, which is not super useful in this game. Like there is like a bit of egg kind of in this one, but it's not as present as it is in the second game. So yeah, so if we press Y, we can shoot them forward. If we press B, we can shoot them backwards. So there we go. And we can carry 100 eggs in the backpack. And we can also use the left stick to aim while you are crouching. So yeah. I think that's the last move in this area too. Here's 50 practice video. Yeah, so, yep, nothing more to teach you in this level. And then he'll go away. And we have all of the bottles for now. So there we go. So now we'll actually fight Congo. There we go, so he takes a hit there. And you gotta kind of like dodge his... I'm kind of bad at dodging the, what are they called? Oranges? I don't know why, but they have a really weird, they have a really weird hitbox. So like, if I move away from them, it won't really work properly. Which is kind of weird. So I know that you can dodge them, I'm really bad at it. Oop. So, one more. There we go, so he'll drop a piece. And there we go, so there's another... I love like the really crappy oranges on the tree still as well. And that's really funny. So I think that's our... Is that our fourth piece? Man, it seems like we should have more. Hang on, I'm trying to think. No, that sounds about right, because we've got a few more. I am sorry, Mr. Honeycomb Box. So he basically says, don't come near me. I'm like a honeycomb box, like, I'm not for you, bear, I'm not for bear, or something like that. But as you can see, I shut him down immediately by just straight up killing him. So that was unfortunate. Whoops. So there is, yeah, there's a Jiggy over on this mountain as well. So we'll grab all these as well, all of these notes as well. There we go, grab that one there. Got that one there. Oops, that was bad. That was a bad slide. Yeah, so there's lots of notes that are on this mountain at the moment. Like there's a lot of notes, but notes won't be this easy to come by in later levels. This is just like, you know, first level. I think I've said that 3 times now. But that's just kind of how it is. But yeah, so we'll definitely have more difficult notes to get, especially in like underwater levels and stuff. So we do have a statue guy here, and he wants eggs, so we're gonna give him some eggs. A little bit early on that one. I don't know why that one didn't work. Here we go, one more. Okay, now we want to go up because there is actually a honeycomb piece up here, which I did not grab for some reason. There we go. And then we'll finish off him. There we go. And he'll give us a Jiggy. And now we want to do this. Basically, this is another Jiggy, but we have to break all of that helmet. Well, not helmets. All of the huts before we get it. And they do each have basically the equivalent of a collectible. So we will try to grab all of them. I don't really need eggs at the moment, so I'm going to ignore that one. That has an enemy in it, which I did not roll into, and then I missed again. No, I know I said I was going to be good at this game, and then I've immediately proven to myself that I'm not good at this game, which is funny, because I actually am good at this game. So there we go. So that's our last Ginger, I think. It is. And when you get your last Ginger, they give you a jigsaw piece, and that is classed as a piece towards the level, so that does make 7. So there we go. We have a, an extra life. One more thing, and there we go, there's another Jiggy. Now, I don't think I missed a Mumbo Skull, because I should have 5 when I pick up this one. Yes, I do. Excellent. And then there's a Jiggy and Mumbo's Eye. So as you can see, 3 very quick Jiggies if you wait for that last one to be the Jinjo one. We are meeting a new character here. So this is Mumbo Jumbo. Oh, Mumbo, I guess. He's the best and only shaman in the game. So there's that. Hit by which find tokens and Mumbo help. So we do have enough, which is what I was hoping that what I was hoping. So we do have enough tokens to get Mumbo's magic. Now I feel like I'm missing a note somewhere, but I'm not sure where it is. So if I am missing a note, I'll have to look for it, but hopefully not. I'm hoping there's 6 in this area, not 5, but I think there's only 5. So yeah, he does tell us we can come back to him to change magic, but there is actually other ways to essentially get the magic turned off. One of them is going too far away from the, like, Mumbo. If you go too far away from the magic, whichever Mumbo casts the magic, you'll turn back into Banjo Kazooie. But normally in a level, you're pretty fine. Like, you'll never run out of power up inside of the inner side of a level. Ooh, that was close. I almost buggered up that termite jump. Ah, so I was wrong. There is 6 in here. Good, 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 good. Good. I like when I'm wrong. So, there we go. Whoop. Yeah, see what I mean? So yeah, sometimes it's gonna do that. So, I don't know why, but sometimes I can do the termite thing in one go. Sometimes it takes me a couple of tries. It just kind of depends on how the camera wants to behave. Like you saw there, the ant, well not the ant, the termite went sideways for whatever reason. So, there we go, we are at the top. So I think there's an extra life to my left, so I will carefully walk over and grab this. So there we go, and then we'll head up here, and we can take a shortcut here. So there we go, so we have the last jigsaw piece, so now we're gonna head down and get the other honeycomb, which is just down here. There we go, and then we'll get the last of the notes as well. So as you can see, we got all the notes found. Didn't realize that gives us a 1-up, but apparently it does. And now we can leave the level because we have all 10 jigsaw pieces and all 100 notes. And just to show that on the total, we can also view the totals as well. So there we go. And it took me 12 minutes and 24 seconds. So there you go. Very short stage. Very short stage. That's what I want to have in the first episode, along with Spiral Mountain. And then as the last thing we'll do, we'll head up here. And there we go. So that's our second jigsaw piece in the hub world. And like I said before, when Mumbo's magic there you go, gets weak, animal turn back or magic go. So we're going to ignore that. And there we go. Magic all gone. Must go back to bear and bird. So there we go. That's basically the quickest way to transform in that particular instance. So we will head up here and I'll show you guys a note door. And then once we go through the note door, I will call it an episode, because I think that's enough after that. And yeah, baddies escape and roam once more. So that's what happened back there. There was a grublin, I think they're called, just walking around on the ground there. So yeah. So she has musical spells, which is a little bit weird, because they never come up in the battle with her. But apparently she has note magic, so that's weird. And this door needs 50 notes to get through it. So we have 100 at the moment, so we're fine. He's probably going to tell us that we're fine, actually. So, and I think we got two paintings through here, but we can only do 1 at the moment, and you'll see why when we get in. Our life is a little low, so here we go. So we are going to open this door. And we are going to get a little jig. There he goes. We also get that for doing 100 notes, but as we were the termite last time, it's kind of like not going to happen. So this is a character that we'll speak to in the next episode as well. So there's our next jigsaw. There's one of our jigsaw puzzles, and I think the other one's just over here. Yep, there it is. But there is a pad here, and we can't go up. So it's a shot. Yeah, there you go. Shock jump disc. Find me and I'll teach you how to use it. Yeah. So we come down here though. We will grab this down here. So down here is a pot. Magical. Oh, sorry, it's not a pot. It's cauldron. Cauldrons are different. So we just want to grab that there. Yep. I don't care about the rest. And we will wake up the cauldron. Yep. And he says find 2 of the same color and to create a shortcut. So we will jump. So we don't have a second one of the same color. I can't. There we go. So yeah, he will reject us. But they'll come into play later too. So yeah, a lot of stuff is it'll come into play later. It'll come into play later. It'll come into play later. But once we get going, it'll be fine. So we are now in the main hub, like the main game. So everything I do from now on. Now, what I plan to do is I plan to do like a stage an episode. There will be some stages that are going to take me 2 episodes. There's no question about it. Probably starting as early as the 3rd level and starting as late as the level after that. So the level like 2 or 3 levels after that. So we'll have to wait and see. But for now, I did Mumbo's Mountain. That's the first stage done. We're into the next section. So until next time, I hope you enjoyed the video. And wherever you are, stay safe and be well.